Hello and welcome to Balanced Existence. Today is day 26 out of our 31-day series that I'm recording in December 2025. But of course, whenever you come across it, I trust that this is meant to find you and there's a message here for you. I can't believe we're almost at the end of this amazing series. I've really enjoyed coming on daily, so let me know if you've been following from day one. I would love to hear from you. But even if you haven't, I would love to know what breakthroughs you're having and how the energies have been feeling for you. I'm just so excited to connect with this collective. So thank you for being here. And as always, let's jump in with our oracle and astrology card, and then we will get into the tarot. So and of course, if you'd like to set an intention or a prayer or ask any question of guidance, feel free to do that, because I know that I am channeling for the collective that is meant to find this. So this is all for you. So whatever guidance you need to hear to recalibrate your energy and get you on your highest timeline, I trust that that will come through for you today. So with our oracle card, we have expectation. It says, be open for whatever comes next. It might just be the music your heart's been waiting to hear. So music could be significant for someone because that's a very specific analogy or example. So you may be making music or you may be a musician of some kind. But even if not, this card is all about kind of releasing the expectations that keep us clinging or attached to certain outcomes, and completely opening our heart, opening our mind to the infinite possibilities. Especially, we talk so much about manifestation on this channel, and I'm getting chills tapping into this because this is such a powerful energy that is just taking over the collective right now, of this ability to manifest from such a place of beautiful, heart-centered surrender. And when we acknowledge and accept and integrate and embody the fact that there are infinite ways that we can achieve our manifestations, the feelings that we wish to experience from our manifestations, when we leave that to the universe, the how, the when, the where, we step into such a powerful role as the co-creator. We co-create with the universe, right? It takes our vision, it takes our action, but the universe handles the how and the when, right? So when you recognize what's yours to handle and what's not yours, and what's for the universe, you really release the tight grip and you kind of enter into that synergy with the universe. And so having that open heart, that open mind, allows the universe to do its work, and so that you can both work together in such a beautiful harmony. And so this is coming through so strong, this concept of like an open-minded, open-hearted. I'm hearing like you're walking through a portal into a new timeline where you've just like taken the backpack off and left it behind. The backpack of, metaphorically, all of the plans and expectations and the attachments or outcomes that you held so tightly to. You've released it and you've walked through this portal knowing that the feelings and the manifestations and the dreams that you wish for, you still will achieve them. But you don't need to, again, plan or handle the how. So we also have the Sagittarius card as our astrology card. So this is also such a abundant, adventurous card, all about learning, having faith, trusting, that whatever comes is aligned with your growth. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. So there's so much abundance and growth associated with this card, and the willingness to learn, the willingness to communicate your learnings with others, like a student of life, somebody who's constantly expanding their perspective and really loosening your past rigid narratives. And so this is about you reshaping those expectations instead of clinging to those old paradigms and frameworks and ways of navigating through life. And so this is what's allowing your path to move forward in the clearest and most abundant way. This is simply you stepping into your highest timeline when you embody this energy. And with our tarot cards, we're coming out right off the bat with the Hierophant. So with the Hierophant and Sagittarius, these are so hand in hand. Because with the Hierophant, we've got this concept of our beliefs, the traditions we follow. I mean, the Hierophant represents so much, but we're working with this energy of the structures, the organizations we follow, and maybe like who we receive guidance from, like mentors in our community, when it comes to spiritual teachings, moral frameworks. And the Hierophant is all about like the guidance that gives us structure and even like our inner authority. And, what we believe are our core values. And Sagittarius, being a student of life, goes so well with this card because Sagittarius is wanting to examine everything you've been taught versus everything that you find to be true. And so hand in hand, the Sagittarius and the Hierophant card are like assessing, maybe reassessing long-held beliefs regarding your spirituality, or even about like your love and your commitments, like romantic love or the commitments you have in terms of your friendships or your family obligations or even your career, your work life. And sometimes that means that things that once felt right no longer seem aligned or no longer fit into your life. And this is you upgrading because you're like recalibrating and realigning with what is true for you. This is all about truth and priorities, because when you anchor into what's true for you and what's truly a priority for you, you can anchor into this and embody such an open energy which allows you to attract, magnetize, and receive what is meant for you and what is aligned with your beliefs, your core values, your learnings, your truths. And having that discernment and that self-knowing puts you in a very capable and powerful position when it comes to manifesting, receiving your manifestations, because you know yourself well. And of course, with the expectation card, you've opened yourself to receive what is aligned with your energy and what is aligned with that which you intend to manifest. So there's such a beautiful synergy and harmony between your learning and awareness of self, which sets the foundation inside out, as we talk about a lot on this channel, sets the internal foundation, which then allows you to outwardly approach and navigate the world with a perspective of openness so that you can then outside in receive. But it starts with that inner learning. What is your truth? What is your soul's essence? And then it goes outward. It allows you to be anchored in that self-knowing, attract what you desire, and then receive that back in. So it's such a beautiful flow between these energies here. And we're also getting the Page of Cups. And I love this card coming out as it's balancing the kind of fiery Sagittarius energy with this beautiful, gentle water energy of, with the page being the kind of childlike state. But it's all about emotional beginnings and renewals and openness. like vulnerability at times, connection with your intuition. And the Page of Cups is also a very curious card. And so I love this paired with the Sagittarius card, not only because of the balance of water and fire, but also this kind of curiosity and adventurous way that we seek to learn and grow. And with the Page of Cups paired with the expectation card of being open for what comes, this is all about opening on an emotional level, right? And we talked about opening our heart, opening our mind so that we can receive in the beautiful manifestations and the feelings that accompany those manifestations. And the Page of Cups is showing us that we can open on an emotional level, especially when it comes to the attachments we might have, the feelings that we crave to feel in life, and the experiences we therefore assign with those feelings. The Page of Cups remembers that we can experience emotions in so many ways, right? So, for example, if you're wanting to feel accepted and understood, and whether it's through a sense of community or whether it's in a relationship, like you want to feel validated, you want to feel appreciated, the Page of Cups is coming in to show us that we can not only embrace that emotional desire and allow ourselves to vulnerably crave for it, but also to open to the many ways in which we can possibly experience that emotional fulfillment, that, sense of belonging or whatever it may be. And so I love this Page of Cups coming up here because it's such a gentle innocence of the heart, right? Which the Sagittarius supports and has that willpower to explore. So this is a very soft, energetic, and emotional reset, coming back to your heart, coming back to your emotions, in a courageous way. And so we're also getting the Justice and the Three of Swords, which I very much feel is could quite literally be you redeeming yourself, even just on an internal level from a past heartbreak. And I do want to say with the Page of Cups here, sometimes the Page of Cups can represent external message coming in, or an apology, a message of emotional significance, or an offering of an apology, an offering of an emotional confession, which can sometimes be unexpected. But again, as I often say on these readings, I don't intend to predict or really spend too much energy or time speaking on potential external outcomes, because I want these readings to be focused on you and your internal world. So, of course, take this as it resonates, but understand that the Page of Cups may just be an internal, may just be manifesting on an internal level for you. But with the Justice and the Three of Swords, the Justice is all about, that kind of karmic redemption or achieving karmic balance, and ultimately getting down to what is fair, and what is represented by truth and clarity. And there's also a theme of accountability and the cause and effect of our relationships. And so with the Three of Swords coming out, I'm feeling like there's this heartbreak or pain that you've endured, this grief that is leading you to this clarity, leading you to this truth on an emotional level. And, you're releasing your emotions as needed. With the Page of Cups, you are emotionally open, you're emotionally vulnerable when needed, you're emotionally releasing what needs to be released. And the Justice is getting you back to a place of balance, a place of emotional balance, and maybe even a place of balance in your relationships, again, if the Page of Cups for you is representing this communication or apology or whatever it may be, this emotional opening from an external person, the Justice is getting you back to a place of balance. It could even just be closure, right? Like, what was unresolved is now resolved. But you don't require this on an external level. Like, you don't require the external communication or conversation in order to reach that balance. You can achieve this on an internal level, again, by embodying the Page of Cups curiosity and emotional openness, and allowing the Three of Swords journey, which is taking you to a place of truth and mental clarity after a time of painful heartbreak or grief or whatever this may be for you. And so with the Justice card, I also want to speak on, how Sagittarius is allowing us to seek truth. Sagittarius and the Hierophant are having us seek truth, and it's our openness through this journey that allows our healing to unfold naturally and get us back to a place of balance and fairness, and really strongly being able to tap into our inner truth, which the Justice represents, as well as the Three of Swords represents, reaching that place of truth. And, specifically, this could be like the truth of what a particular relationship means to you. This could be the truth of, what belief or core value you wish to hold. This could be the truth of the current state of your emotions. I mean, there's so many ways this can be interpreted. So take this as it resonates. But this reading is all about you getting clear on what is true for you, you constantly seeking to learn and grow and get clear on your beliefs, your values, and you healing from this past heartbreak through your emotional openness and getting to a place of balance and justice in your external relationships, or definitely on an internal inner world level. And so we're also getting the King of Pentacles. So I'm loving this grounded energy. We have like all four elements coming through in this reading with the Sagittarius, fire, the Page of Cups, water, this Three of Swords, air and mental clarity, and then the King of Pentacles coming through to really ground us down in this energy. And so with the King of Pentacles, I mean, this is like pure stability, it's emotional maturity, so going from the Page of Cups to the King of Pentacles, through the journey of the Justice and Three of Swords, you've reached this place of emotional maturity, of security that is long-term and sustainable and reliable and consistent. And it's that grounded leadership as well. I mean, this is like a divine masculine embodiment. And so through this work that you're doing, you're reaching this place of stability on an internal level. You don't have to sacrifice your authenticity. You don't have to lose a part of yourself through your relationships or past heartbreaks. And you, with the expectation card as the overarching energy, you are stepping into this knowing, this embodied knowing that you can permanently sustain and come back to at any time that you may forget. This knowing that whatever comes is aligned because of your inner foundations, and you are open to whatever comes because you know this. You know that you are anchored and secure. So, being open for what comes and having that strong manifestational power is so beautifully represented by the King of Pentacles, who is so secure, financially secure, and able to call in wealth from such a place of power and knowingness that you deserve it, knowingness that because you are aligned, you're going to attract what's aligned. knowingness that because you are abundant on an internal level, you're going to attract abundance in your external reality. I mean, it's such a beautiful anchored down energy. So I'm so excited for this collective because there's so much truth and healing and stability that is all clicking into place, and you were aligning so naturally. And so as we're getting to the end of the series with 5 more days left after today, I feel like we are really coming into this beautiful embodiment of all of the work we've done, all of the learning. Like, we have committed so strongly. I mean, with the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles, this is such grounded energy of commitment, right? Like, we have committed to our self-development journey. We have committed to living for our soul, like our soul's desires, surrendering to our highest aligned path, however it is that we're intended to get there. And so it's such a beautiful, like, spiritual journey for you here that is bringing you so much abundance, with Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter and the King of Pentacles here. I mean, there is wealth, there is abundance, it's all coming to you, and you're doing it so effortlessly because you are so open and because you are so anchored in your self-knowing. So this is what I have for you today. I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope that something resonated for you. As always, I would love to hear from you in the comments what is resonating with you. And I'm just so grateful to each comment, each view, each subscriber as we're growing on this channel. So thank you again so much for being here. And I will see you again on tomorrow's reading. Bye.